Strongman event training is exciting. Everyone wants to see people flip 1,000-pound tires or load up a log press and move a ton of weight overhead, pulling trucks. We all love seeing people pick up even car deadlifts. But I'm here to tell you today that that isn't the key to your long-term success as a strongman. Event familiarity has its place, and I'll get to that towards the end of this video. But I want to talk about today base strength and strategies for being a strong strongman in the long run to winning contests and getting progressively better. I want to begin by saying that event training is there to be a display of strength. It's a test of strength, but it's not a good builder of strength. Strongman is based on foundational, general, functional strength, being able to move things from point A to point B effectively and efficiently, doing it better than anyone else in your round and racking up those points. And the events change. Every contest is going to have a different set of events. You don't know whether you're going to be pulling a truck every single time. You don't know whether the deadlift's going to be reps or if it's going to be a max, what the weight will be, what kind of bar you'll use. Things change. And if you're constantly training specific events, then that advantage that you get from that familiarity, that little bit of technique gain that's only marginal to just having the base technique down of loading things, picking things up, it's only going to help you until that contest comes, and it won't carry over to the next one. To be a good strongman in the long run, you need to be good at the foundational movements, the big three and the minor two. And for strongman, that's a little bit different than powerlifting. For strongman, I would say those movements, and you can thank Josh Thigpen for the idea behind this, is making sure that you have a good deadlift. That is the foundation of any strongman program. You want to have a good deadlift. You want to have a good squat. That can be a front squat, safety bar squat, but make sure that you have that leg power. And you want to have a good overhead. Almost every contest is going to have some type of overhead. And as a minor two, a type of rowing movement, preferably barbell rows. And then in addition to that, you want to have some type of pull-up movement, just something for upper back accessory in terms as well. So that way you're working everything well-roundedly and you're not just becoming a minimalist. That base strength doesn't leave you from contest to contest. As soon as the contest you're prepping for is done, you're still stronger than you were when you started that prep, and you're moving on to the next one. That base strength and the idea behind progressive overload, introducing more volume as you go through your timeline as a strength athlete, is going to lead towards contest success. I didn't follow this strategy starting out in strongman. I wanted to flip tires every day. I wanted to clean axles. I wanted to do all the stuff that made exciting Instagram videos that I could show my friends and, think that I had better technique, so I was going to beat people with these. And it helped out a couple of times on events, I won't lie. I was a little bit quicker in my transitions. I didn't have to worry about finding out the center of mass of other things. But I would always lose those base events. I never won a max deadlift when I was doing that. I'd always get gassed. My strength would only carry me so far. It didn't matter if I knew where the center of mass of a tire was if I just wasn't strong enough to flip it in the beginning. It didn't matter if I had perfect stone cleaning and loading form if I just couldn't pick it up. Strength will never leave you. Mark Bell says this all the time. Strength is never a weakness. And strongman is the sport of strength. You need to have a strong foundation of strength. And if you're going to take 10 different contests and have a field of athletes in them, the one who I believe will win the majority of them is the one that's overall the strongest. Strongman is meant to test who is the strongest athlete there on that day. And because of that, events can change on the day of. The last contest I did at Rab Fitness Strongman Challenge, it was supposed to have a regular bar deadlift, and it ended up being an axle deadlift. And that threw off a lot of people who had relied so heavily on training specificity towards that specific event that when it became an axle, they just didn't have the base strength to transition well into it. Now I'd like to talk about how event specificity can be good. There's a level of advancement where it's the only thing that can make a difference in contests, the only thing that will decide who's second and first. And that's when everyone is very tight in the pack already in terms of strength. When you're at that very advanced level, you're not a beginner anymore, you're not an intermediate anymore, you are an advanced lifter. At that point, then event specificity can be what makes the deciding factor. Look at Sven Carlson's Viking Power documentary. He's almost training events every single day, and it worked for him. The guy became a world's strongest man because of it. He was very good at those specific events, but he knew what those events were well in advance. He trained specifically for those, and he had already built up the foundation of strength that he needed to apply. He was strong enough to do what he needed to do, and now he was refining it. Event training is there for refinement. So what does that mean for you if you're a beginning strongman athlete? Am I saying to abandon all event training altogether? No. Part of that is just we want to have fun. We want to make sure that, we do the sport because we love it, we enjoy it, it's exciting, and there's a community around it. And I would never strip that away from anyone. So keep doing your events. Do them on weekends, make it a barbecue event, do it with friends. Have some fun with it, get familiar, and maybe practice those events a little bit lighter so that they're not taxing. But the majority of your strength training should be spent on those foundational movements. Deadlift a lot, overhead a lot, squat. Make sure that you are just generally strong. And in the long run, over the course of years, we want to be thinking years, not days, not weeks, but over years. You will be a successful strongman as long as you're just progressively overloading those, pushing it hard. So keep event training in. Do it maybe once a week, do it once a month, whatever you want to do with that. Keep it in as much as it excites you and you need to do it. And you need to re-emphasize, okay, this is how I clean a stone, making sure that I'm not doing it completely backwards. But strongman's supposed to be simple. It's not there to be the most complicated sport in the world. It's not like there's some secret stone cleaning technique that's going to make you all of a sudden Hercules on the day of the meet and make sure that you win every contest. Keep it in, but understand its place. The majority of your gains will come from those foundational movements. Have a great day.